Music from the 5 nominated original scores will be performed by a 100-piece ensemble known as the Orchestra. Allyn Fergurson conducting. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, Mr. Howard W. Koch.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 51st Academy Awards. Tonight, Oscar has his second 50 years starting. And to help us celebrate this event, there are over 50 stars who range in age from 8 to 83. They represent Hollywood's past, its present, and most importantly, its future. And as in the past, we again join together to honor achievement and excellence in the film industry. And that excellence carries through to our choice of the Master of Ceremonies tonight. A critic recently described him as a national treasure, and we share that opinion. The Academy is proud to welcome Mr. Johnny Carson.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Howard, thank you for the very flattering remarks. Before we begin tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say for the record that I am in favor of using more American Indians and other minorities in motion pictures. I am against polluting the oceans of the world. I'm for every nationality having its own homeland. I'm against whacking baby seals on the head, and I'm for saving the whales. And Thank you. I've never received a squatting ovation before. As you well know by now, this is the 51st Annual Academy Awards. 2 hours of sparkling entertainment spread out over a 4-hour show. I think the Academy can be very proud tonight that this program is being beamed via satellite right at this moment to 54 countries throughout the world and 350 million people. This program is also being broadcast to South America. In that way, the former executives and accountants at the studios will be able to catch part of the show. Just as an interesting sidelight, it's also be seen in the oil-producing or the OPEC nations this year, but this year ABC has added on a 9% increase for the television rights in those countries. We figured fair was fair. I was just thinking, I wonder if Jerry Brown and Linda Ronstadt are watching from the Kenya Holiday Inn. I doubt it. It's $1 extra for TV in the room. Now, a lot of people who come to these affairs try to act blasé, and I'll have to be very honest with you. I am very thrilled to stand up here tonight and gaze out on this glorious throng of beautiful people. I see a lot of new faces, especially on the old faces. But I think all you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is take a casual glance around this audience tonight and you realize that the elite of the film world has turned out for this memorable occasion. I have not seen so many major motion picture stars gathered together in one place since the last audition for a television commercial. As a matter of fact, that's why Marlon Brando is not here tonight. Marlon's on a Navajo reservation filming a Mazzola commercial. Marlon calls it maize. Now, I think everybody has pretty much agreed that the quality of pictures nominated this year in the category of the best is outstanding. And I don't want to take any favorites, but to me, Heaven Can Wait was an unusual picture for 2 reasons. First of all, it was a real fantasy about Warren Beatty not being able to find a body he could use. And the other reason was the plot. The plot was intriguing. Heaven Can Wait showed it might be possible for someone to die and come back to life. A notion which scares the hell out of Christina Crawford. And I think the variety of music up this year is wonderful. You might be thrilled to know, I just heard this afternoon, that one of the nominated songs this year, Ready to Take a Chance Again, has just been selected as the theme song by the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. Now, perhaps the biggest change in motion pictures, at least since I've been a kid, has been their maturity. Movies have really grown up since the early days of censorship. Motion pictures today tackle controversial themes. They're not afraid to portray nudity, and very often they show explicit sex. But the only thing left to the imagination is how much money the studio really made on the picture. That joke in Bulgaria, I think, will do a little better than it did here. No, the plots have changed, you see. Well, I suppose today's pictures are much more liberal than when I was a kid, because I remember going to the movies, and every time they showed 2 people about to become intimate on the movie screen, they would cut away to giant waves pounding the shore. And for years, I thought foreplay led to drowning. Colored my life. You see, in those days, we always knew how the romantic pictures were going to turn out. But today's Hollywood formula is boy meets girl, boy loses girl, girl sues boy for half of everything. Mr. Chu, come out here, please.
各位，呢個荷里活真係講唔得笑。男仔中意女仔，女仔又中意男仔。不過佢哋情場失意，大打官司，女仔贏咗，男仔破產。多謝各位。
realize that means absolutely nothing to you, but right now, Vice Premier Deng Xiaoping in China is hysterical. I thought I should do one person-to-person joke for the new diplomatic recognition. Those of you here tonight who have toiled in Hollywood for a number of years realize that an actor's life today is probably a little better. In the old days, the major studios were in charge. They had all the stars under contract, told you what picture to make, what studio to make it for, and how much you'd be paid. In those days, the big studios were all powerful. As a matter of fact, Jack Butel and Jane Russell still owe RKO 5 pictures. Universal has just announced its newest disaster film coming out called Airport 1980. And I want to tell you, this is a harrowing epic in which passengers aboard a 747 are held hostage for 2 weeks while a madman keeps rerunning the in-flight movie moment by moment. Do you realize while we're all here having a good time, Woody Allen is sitting home watching his sneakers go through the spin cycle? It's been a big year for directors named Allen. Irwin Allen gave us a movie about bees, and Woody Allen gave us a movie about wasps. Now, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, there has been some criticism of the Academy, and especially of this telecast, that it is rather a frivolous, cheap commercial exploitation. That is not true. And I will discuss this in greater detail following the swimsuit competition between Laurence Olivier and John Voight. I want to thank the Academy for inviting me to be your host this evening. I hope you're all relaxed now, so let's settle back and all enjoy the program together. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I think we owe a debt of gratitude to ABC for putting aside their television ratings war for one night and devote this solely to the art of motion pictures. As Mork from Ork was telling me backstage. And he's about to introduce the first honorary award. Here's America's newest comedy sensation, a young man who is about to star as Popeye in his very first movie. Ladies and gentlemen, Robin Williams.
Thank you. Good evening, and for those of you with a buzz on, thank you. Good evening. Ever since the beginning of time, producers and directors have been searching for a method of presenting entertainment without the need for actors. Their dream finally came true with the discovery of animation. A character in an animated film will not only do what the artist commands him to do, he'll never rewrite dialogue, he'll never ask for motivation, he'll never go through puberty, and best of all, he'll never have an agent. Tonight, the Board of Governors of the Academy bestows an honorary award to one of the most respected and beloved producers of animation. For 60 years, he's been creating delightful characters for both adults and children alike, and been the pleasure of many generations. In over 80 countries all around the world. His name is Walter Lantz.
Everybody thinks I'm crazy. Yes, sir, that's me, that's me. That's what I'm.
The year is 1941. This is Woody's first starring role, and he's an immediate success. Woody's theme is nominated for an Academy Award and heard coast to coast for 6 weeks on the hit parade, sung by none other than Frank Sinatra.
So are you.
Hey, you! Cut out that noise!
Go lay an egg.
Walter Lantz has always been known as an innovator. At the age of 22, he animated and starred in his cartoons and added a whole new dimension to his craft by combining the best of two worlds, animation and live action. Whenever music and Walter's imagination got together, the result was sheer genius.
que he venido aquí a cantar. Yo canto para no llorar, o porque mi novio se me fue y no ha vuelto más. Sufro tanto que no puedo más.
In the past, Walter Lantz has been nominated for an Oscar 6 times. He's produced hundreds of cartoons and created countless characters such as Andy Panda, Wally Walrus, Buzz Buzzard, Chili Willy, Oswald Rabbit, Homer Pigeon, and of course his wife, Carrie Pigeon. But everyone's favorite still is Woody Woodpecker. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Walter Lantz. On behalf of the Academy, I'm happy to give you this award for doing strange and wonderful things with a laughing bird.
Thank you very much. Would you like to meet Woody?
Oh, you mean he's not at Michael's pub? He's here tonight?
Yes, he's here.
Wonderful. Yeah, I have one question I'd like to ask. Is it true what the National Enquirer said about he and Betty Boop?
You better ask him yourself.
All right.
Robin, this is Woody. Woody, meet Robin.
Whoa. What's happening, my main oiseau? Listen, you're looking good after 40 years. Hey, I've got a dynamite deal on some uncut redwood. All you have to do is knock twice and ask for Smokey. He likes me?
Yes. That's his way of saying he's happy to meet you.
I'd also like to say thanks to this man, Walter Lantz, who's been drawing me, and a very nice paycheck, too, for over 38 years. I'm one bird in his hand that's worth a lot more than two in the bush. Not wood. Congratulations, boss. And to Gracie, too, who's been putting words in my mouth all these years. You're both tap, tap, taps in my book. Bye now.
I'd like to thank the Board of Governors of the Academy for this great honor. I really appreciate the Oscar, not only for my contribution to the art of animation, but also as a tribute to the entire cartoon industry, and to Universal Pictures, with whom I've been associated for 50 years. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Thomas is about to come out here and explain the voting procedures for the Academy Awards. For you people watching at home, this might be a good time to go into the kitchen and make some more dip. Danny just paid George Burns a big compliment backstage. He said, "George, I saw you in Oh God, and you really captured me." George had his cigar as usual and exhaled a big puff of white smoke, and Danny headed for Rome. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome Mr. Danny Thomas.
Thank you very much, John. Ladies and gentlemen, each year the Academy chooses a star to make him an unknown. And tonight I'm the one. I'm about to read you your rights. We have to first advise you of all the voting procedures which are carried out by the active members of the Academy. Of all the categories, there's only one in which all members may nominate, and that is for Outstanding Picture of the Year. The others are decided by the members of the various individual branches. However, there are are three categories that are determined in an entirely different manner. In the case of the documentaries, the short subjects, and the foreign films, only members who attend all the Academy screenings of these films cast a vote. Then, when all the nominations are complete, the entire membership may vote on all the categories, in secret, of course. And the ballots are collected by the Academy's venerable body of independent accountants, Price Waterhouse and Company. The final results are known only to two men, the exceedingly reticent Mr. Frank R. Johnson, who along with his assistant, John Blair, is here with the envelopes which mean so much to so few. John. I thank you very much, and may the Lord bless you all.
What Danny was trying to say is the person who gets the most votes wins. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the first nominated song tonight. And it is a pleasure, for the first time in the history of the Academy Awards, we have with us all of the original performers of the 5 nominated songs. And to accompany them, a remarkable organization comprised of 100 of the finest studio musicians in Hollywood. This ensemble, founded by Jack Elliott and Allyn Fergurson, is known as the Orchestra. That was a committee decision. And we're honored to acknowledge their very first public appearance here tonight. And now to sing the first nominated song, hopelessly devoted to you, from the movie Grease, the beautiful co-star of the film, Miss Olivia Newton-John.
Guess mine is not the first heartbroken. My eyes are not the first to cry. I'm not the first to know there's just no getting over you. I'm just a fool who's willing to sit around and wait for you. Baby, can't you see there's nothing else for me to do? I'm hopelessly devoted to you. But now there's nowhere to hide since you pushed my love aside. I'm out of my head, hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. My head is saying, fool, forget him. My heart is saying, don't let go. Hold on to the end. That's what I intend to do.